It was a project that our head teacher heard about, and we're really passionate about joining any new research that will help us to support children with low language levels. And it is something that we do have issues with children coming into our nursery. There are a number of children who need extra support, and so this seemed like the perfect opportunity for us to be part of something, so we were really keen. Well, we found out that the Hannon strategies were strategies that could be used in our everyday teaching and practice in nursery, and we knew that that was something that would be valuable to all children. It wasn't a standalone intervention that we would need to run on top of our everyday teaching, and that was the main thing that I found would be useful for us. So the Hannon project involved a series of face-to-face sessions where we would learn the strategies to use in class, and then we would plan how we would deliver them in our own setting, and then we would record each other. We would film a small group activity or a one-to-one interaction with a child, and then share that with our Hannon tutor. Following that, we would have a reflective video session with the tutor where we would talk about how we used the strategies and how we felt it went and what we could have improved. And then after that, we would go to our next face-to-face session. And sometimes we had virtual sessions too. It was a mixture of face-to-face and virtual, which were actually really good. I was quite happy to have both. At first, when we were given the timetable for the year, all the different meetings, and then we would get the email links for the different reflective sessions, it did feel a little bit overwhelming. But once we'd gone through that first cycle of attending the session to learn the strategy, recording a video, having a reflective session, it was manageable. You know, we got into the swing of it. So I would say to anyone who's thinking about taking part, don't be fazed by the list of dates and things that you'll get given for the year, because actually once you've got them in your diary, you can plan around that. The video sessions with the children were fascinating actually, because it really has been the only time where I've been filmed for 5 to 7 minutes at a time, working with such a small group of children, and where I've really watched how I have behaved in response to some of the things that children have said. And you really quickly, as the year's gone on, I've quickly realised the opportunities that I was missing to have those interactions, those two-way interactions with children. I was missing so many minute things that I could have picked up on. And so they were just a great chance to reflect, and I do honestly believe that the strategies that we've learned will stay with me and my colleague who also did the training. I think the group sessions were really useful because we could compare our experiences, just basically to find out how others were managing with these children of the current time, you know, post-pandemic, where we all experiencing the same issues, and we were. So it was quite supportive, very supportive, but also it was a good chance to share good practice and learn from each other, and yeah, steal ideas as we always like to do. So yeah, it was a great experience. The programme leaders were really excellent at delivering the face-to-face sessions and the online sessions, keeping the pace. The pace was fast, but you know, they crammed everything in, and the sessions were brilliant. The reflective video sessions, they really did drill down into the nitty-gritty of the videos, but it was so helpful. But I also found that they were very supportive to talk about issues I had with children in class, and you know, children. I had one little boy, for example, this year who's really struggled to settle. It took a long time for that transition from home to school, and my tutor suggested some different approaches I could try, and that was useful too. And she knew that he was quite often used as one of my target children. And so, you know, it was really nice to talk about him and have that expertise as well. Now the training's completed, definitely feel more confident in speaking to parents about concerns we have, and also celebrating children as well. So with some children who are still working at a lower language level than we would expect for a typical 3-year-old, 4-year-old, we do feel that we're able to describe what their particular issues are, and then we know we can also use the strategies in class. I can talk to parents about how they could support at home in a similar Hannon way, but we also feel that we can use the child's language level descriptions, the conversational styles, the play styles, when we're sharing information with speech therapists and also specialist advisory teachers. It's helped us to be a bit more succinct, I think, when we're maybe writing reports and sharing with them. As much as we can, we will be using the strategies day to day in our everyday routines, and then trying to use different strategies at different times of the week, I think, whenever they're appropriate. So especially the small group, we know that we can't have them running constantly, but, you know, twice a week, 3 times a week, using that approach for stories throughout the day, especially for the children who are with us for 30 hours. The ones that are 15, obviously targeting them when they're in. And around continuous provision, snack, lunch, as I say, all of those routines, the continuous provision, we're really thinking about the types of language we can introduce into the play. So in everything, really. So the other thing that's been really useful is the Hannon website. So in terms of supporting other colleagues with training, being able to watch those videos of the practitioners in Canada, and, you know, the kind of before and after, what's this practitioner doing wrong, what can we see, and then what's she doing right now. That's brilliant to be able to share that with colleagues. And also using the Hannon website for the parents, so the parents section where you've got the PDFs of the wordless storybooks and the owling at home. And my plan is to continue every half term, every term, sharing just a reminder, don't forget to owl when you play when you play at home. And we've also found ourselves using the kind of language around peer-to-peer interactions with our kind of social media that I send out to parents in nursery. So, for example, in role play, where in the past I might have said, you know, that it's lovely to hear the children asking for an ice cream in the ice cream parlour. Now I'm talking about this role play is here because it's promoting peer-to-peer interactions, and we're encouraging the quieter children to take a role in the play. And that's quite different from what I shared before. So I think that's been empowering to be able to have that language and share that with parents.